welcome to Pre-Match Focus with your host, me, Tim.
And me, Lee. And today's show is, of course, sponsored by DSFG Clothing. It's a new brand. It's known for its street and casual wear, hooded tops, tracksuits, t-shirts and other garments. You can find them on Instagram. If you have any products that interest you, send a message to them via Instagram with the quoted code of PREMATCH for 20% off. And, of course, it's a great deal, isn't it? And you're wearing it again?
You know, got to sport them for the show.
Indeed. Well, you need to keep warm as well, mate. You're out in that studio.
Oh dear. Right, so all them football results on weekend were all over Wiki, weren't they?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mad weekend, really, wasn't it? I mean, it just feels like there's been some strange results, but I don't know. But I'm trying to recap on that. Everton again, you know, they're really struggling now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you've got a big game for them at the weekend, and obviously we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, starting to see a few cracks in a few teams again now, and Newcastle still without a win. So we'll see. Well, this is a massive again, another massive game when they play Norwich. So
Richie's team in Championship.
Richest team in the world in the Championship.
Yeah, that's the one. Crazy.
But,
I think it's.
I'll tell you what was the strangest thing. I mean, fair play to you for pulling off the results. Was Man U. Was actually surprised me. They counter-attacked really well against Chelsea.
Well, at the moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When we was in a lockdown, when we came back, my screen's just gone off. when we came back to the football, obviously without the fans, you know, I was really impressed by Man U, the way they was countering and moving the ball about, moving at pace, and against Chelsea, I seem to see that come back a little bit, but maybe just without the end product a little than what they were doing during the lockdown. But at the same time, you know, Sancho took his goal really well, didn't they? I think Rashford would have probably strangled him if he'd have missed. I think half the fans would have done if he'd have missed that one. Because even I, as a Man United, sorry, not as a Man United fan, was saying, square it.
You as a closet United fan, I know.
Well, I had a bet on over 2.5 goals. I was making sure that they were going to come in, and they didn't in the end, thanks to Rudiger with his spoon shot.
Oh, yeah.
And Fred can take some blame for that as well.
Oh man, anybody else on the end of that had been ideal, but Fred.
Yeah, you could tell as soon as he got the ball, he looked uncomfortable with it. I mean, he could have. Was it Lingard who he could have threaded it into?
And Ronaldo.
And Ronaldo was on the other side, yeah. Obviously, Ronaldo would probably bury it.
Ronaldo was screaming, I know that much.
I know, but it was like a pass back, wasn't it? He just chipped it back into Mendy's arms, and yeah, I mean, looked a bit better in the more advanced position, but he just ain't got that goal threat about him, has he?
None.
Apart from when I'm sure he scored against Wolves once, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he did. But let's not go there. But the thing is, with Fred, right, one thing that really winds me up is he can't pass from me to you away, right, at all. Not from, like, down here to Wolves, but I'm on about from me to you on the screen. And, but everyone goes, oh, he's way better further forward. Danny Alves there, chatting him up. He's crap.
But did you think the tactics were Rangnick's? Because you've seen Fletcher with the headphones.
Yeah, I think I've seen Fletcher with them on many a times this season. So he can't.
Okay, so making a story out of nothing then.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't think that was Ralph Rangnick on at all.
Do you reckon he'll play similar formation to that?
Not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. So I've seen somewhere down the line he might sometimes favour a 4-4-2, but
Yeah, he used to favour a 4-4-2.
and you've been screaming for that for a while, haven't you? With Cavani and Ronaldo obviously up top.
Good old 4-4-2.
Brilliant. Yeah, but it's making its comeback. I think some formations do after a while, don't they? They disappear and then they start making a comeback to some effect as well. So.
All it takes is for one club to have the players to play 4-4-2, and then people will be like, I know, we're going to try 4-4-2 again. It seems to be working for everybody else. It's because it's old school and it works. But
I'll tell you where I've seen it working again recently is obviously teams that employ a three-man defence, and sometimes if you're an isolated striker, you're sounded out into that game, aren't you? And I think they started sticking two more up top again to give them a lot more work to do and a lot more to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way of counteracting it, I think, and it could make for an entertaining game then, couldn't it? But you probably leave yourself a little bit more open by committing two guys up top.
Yeah,
as well. So they're going to have to be quick on the way back.
Well, you'd like to think one of them would be dropping in, but
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. So it's always the way. It's never two standing up top, is it? There's always one pressing and one maybe hanging off the back.
Come on, Ralph.
Let's see how we get on there.
Right then. Oh. Right then, Tuesday the 30th is the start. We've got Tuesday 30th, Wednesday the 1st of December, and Thursday the 2nd of December with games this week. There's two on the Tuesday, so we'll start with Newcastle and Norwich, Lee.
Yeah, well, on paper, probably going to be the biggest game of the week. In the week, shall I say? I was going to say the weekend. It's catching me out all this. Yeah, it does feel weird doing this, like for midweek. Yeah, it feels like we're in the Championship.
Feels like we're doing something for internationals or something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Newcastle obviously still have had the win this season. Norwich have picked up 7 points in the last three, I think now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on a bit of a high, I suppose. They could have easily beat their Wolves at the weekend. Had a fair few chances. They look definitely like, confidence is getting higher and higher every week for them. So I think they're going to come to St James's and make Newcastle nervous. They have gone for 2-2 on it. Could be a feisty game because there's a lot at stake for both of them, obviously.
They both need to win.
Yeah. And I mean, we could be all over the place with midweek predictions because every time I put on something in midweek, this is I'll just get done over. Whether the Premier League will change its philosophy with it, I don't know. But usually, if I have an EFL bet in the week, it just goes all Pete Tong. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Anyway, Lee.
What have you gone for with this one?
I've gone with a 1-1 draw.
And also still going for a draw then.
Yeah, I can't see a winner. I think it'll be too tight. I think basically they're both desperate to win this game. Norwich can't lose it, and Newcastle have to win it. I'd say.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I'd say Norwich have just got to slightly better what Burnley do against you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, when you play, is it 19th versus 20th? Is Norwich moved up a position?
Norwich are in 19th now, so
19th.
Yeah.
I usually say. I mean, to be fair, I've gone for a higher scoring one because I think both teams' defences can be reached. But usually, when you see a 19th versus 20th, it's usually quite tetchy, and probably a goal in it. But I've gone for 2-2 on the basis of their defence. They're both their defences.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Norwich are absolutely abysmal at the back, but I think Newcastle have got players that can, and under Perry's tactics as well. First home game with him there
to unlock them a bit.
Yeah, if Wilson's there and about, St Maximin can usually pop up, but they haven't got that many other goal-scoring threats, have they, on the pitch?
No.
Shelby showing a little bit of his former self at the weekend, having a few long
He looks
range.
slightly better.
Yeah, they're going to have to play to his way, else it's just going to be one way, and that's down, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they could be down anyway.
But Newcastle,
yeah,
if they don't win this, then it's curtains already.
Well,
I think. I mean, we said it.
The thing for Newcastle, they've got this game, and then they've got Burnley.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
So yeah, two massive fixtures for them. I think every fixture's massive now. Even if they're playing City, they've just got to take us at 3-8, haven't they? So
if they've got any chance of staying up, they need to be winning these two games.
Yeah, definitely. And if it's 2 points, if it's 2 draws, where do they get that win from? Because they can't keep going on like this. That's a quarter of the season, doesn't it? Nearly half a season, not far off half a season without a win.
Not pulled a win.
Yeah, the good thing about Newcastle, they seem to have got behind it all. I mean, you look at the Everton fans with 8% of the team against Brentford. I don't know if you've seen any footage of the fans.
No.
But they are giving dogs abuse to the players as they're trying to applaud, and they aren't happy at all. So their support to the team has seemed to have waned a little bit. Whereas Newcastle, obviously being where they are, they're just excited, aren't they? But about what the future will bring. But they've got to make sure they don't take this drop, else, you'll get some decent players in the Championship, but they won't be the world beaters.
Buffon and Chiellini are going to be smashing that Championship next year, dude.
Yeah, be making them feel like the back in the Juventus shirt, won't they?
So what's your game tips for that then, Lee?
About to tell you. I've gone for some tricky ones for midweek this week because it is hard, like I say, to pick out. So I've picked a few player bets in my first few predictions, and that's I saw Grant Hanley going with a few nasty tackles at the weekend against Wolves, so I've gone for him to be booked, and John Joe Shelvey to be booked if he plays as well.
Right.
Because he likes to get a little bit nippy at times, doesn't he?
He does in a feisty game.
Yeah. Be a nice cold night for that ball dead to him to all ferocious. So that's what I've gone for. Hanley to be booked and Shelvey to be booked.
Brilliant. Right then, on to the last of the Tuesday games, which is big one, Leeds and Crystal Palace.
Yeah, again, like Newcastle and Norwich, I think a lot of games are going to be massive games for Leeds again now. Need to take advantage of Palace being a bit under par against, whether that was just a Gerrard masterclass or whether Palace were under par. But you had Will Sahar going off in a bit of a strop against Villa as well.
I think everyone's been going off in a bit of a strop this week. What about Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, there's rumours of a bit of dispute there with Bielsa, wasn't there? So yeah,
apparently.
We'll see how they act if they're both on the pitch. They should both be on the pitch because they're probably the best players for the respective team in the same. Well, Rafinha for me, for Leeds, but Calvin Phillips is Phillips is a very important part of the Leeds squad.
Yeah, huge.
With this one, I've gone for Leeds to win 2-1. I think they'll take advantage of Palace. Have you gone for those?
Leeds 2-1.
Yeah, I think they're getting a few better players back, aren't they? The better players back.
I think Bamford's playing in the under-23s tonight as well, so I don't know whether that's going to be an indication of him playing.
Yeah, but I'd say if he's involved in the Palace game, then he'll be on the bench, I'd imagine. If he's playing in the under-23s tonight, because he won't have much of a recovery rate with him, unless he plays about 20 minutes tonight.
That's what I mean. I wonder whether he gets a little bit of a run out tonight and then a little bit of a run out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd imagine on the bench. I think on the bench would be the best.
He won't
bet on that one.
So in-game tips for that then, Lee?
With that one, I've gone for Rafinha to score. Keep an eye on that for any time. And again, another player who likes to get, and Harry didn't get booked at the weekend, though I'll never know Adam Forshaw to be booked.
I know, yeah.
He just goes around kicking the crap out of everyone.
He's funny.
So yeah, they're the two to keep an eye out on that one.
All right.
I do think Rafinha will be the match winner in this game. I think they'll show how much they've missed him, and they'll go and grab a winner.
Yeah.
Might even score both of them.
He's definitely the one that makes them tick, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right then, on to the first of the Wednesday fixtures, which I've got down here: Southampton and Leicester League.
Okay, a little bit further down my list. I was waiting for the Chelsea one to come up. Well, for Southampton's sake, I hope it isn't 9-0 again for them. Had a couple of bad results the last couple of games, haven't they? Losing to Norwich and Liverpool. But if you can survive 4-0 at Anfield, then you shouldn't be getting beat 9-0 at home to Leicester.
No, exactly.
So I'm sure they're fed up of hearing that every time they play Man U or Leicester now, it's going to get mentioned in the commentaries. I've seen, I did say on the last show, I'll see a bit of a resurgence to Leicester.
Done well against Watford.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect them to concede 2 goals against Watford, but then again, when I was watching the second half, the highlights of the second half, I couldn't even see where the ball was, to be honest with you, so whether the player could see it. Because when Emmanuel done, I could not see a thing.
The highlights were awful as well.
Bring back the orange ball. Yeah.
Just kick him like,
Yeah, it was. Like I say, it was like you could actually have a spot the ball competition in live action there. But
I think we do that as a winning T-shirt or something.
Yeah, see if you can spot the ball when Emmanuel Dennis scores. Whether there'll be some more snow in the midweek, I'd never know. But well, I said, but why not bring back the orange ball? I used to love that when it used to come out in the snow.
Don't understand
the yellow ball doesn't do.
Don't understand why he didn't.
I know. Well, they probably thought the yellow ball would be enough vision, but I could not see a thing. So
Couldn't see jack shit, dude.
Yeah, I've gone because I said a bit of a Leicester resurgence. I've gone for them to win 2-1 at this guy. It won't be easy for them, but with a few players in form like Maddison and Vardy, whether he brings on Daka at some point as well, I think
he's got to be due a Prem appearance on him.
Well, with midweek, you'd imagine you'll get some minutes either Wednesday or at the weekend, wouldn't you?
Will likely be Wednesday, I reckon.
Yeah. But this is another thing where I've probably gone for Leicester win. They played a fair few midweek games this season. Might just blend in with them nicely. A bit of routine. Yeah. Yeah, but with Vardy scoring, did Vardy score 2 at the weekend? I think he did.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So whether that would give him the nod just to keep him in a little bit of vein of form over Daka. But I'd imagine Daka should start one of them.
Yeah.
Especially with Vardy's age as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've gone. Say that again.
Can't do 2 games in a week these days.
He probably can. You're getting a lot more fitter 34, 35-year-olds, aren't you? But
absolutely, yeah.
Obviously, we had that with Ronaldo, everyone making a big scene about it, but it didn't work out too bad, did it? So,
yeah. To be dropped.
What have you gone with for this game?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah. Just think, I know Leicester have been doing well, but Southampton's a tough place to go, especially midweek. I think that's going to mean a lot in this game to me. I think the fact that it's a midweek travel, it's a fair journey from down there. The weather's dog shit.
I think the worst of the weather's been up north, hasn't it? But it has started to go down a little bit now.
Yeah, we start getting some turdy weather down here, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just think it'll be a bit of a stalemate, really.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing your in-game tips with this one, then?
Yeah, I think both teams usually deploy like a sort of wingers in their game, don't they? So I've gone for, but when you get the wingers game down, so it seems to get a fair bit of corners in the game. So I've gone over 9.5 corners to that one.
Right, sound. I can see that myself, actually.
It's a big pitch. It is a big pitch to go, but usually they do like to use their wing players. So both of them do. So I think a few deflected crosses going out and etc. It should be a fair few shots as well. So the keepers might turn a few rounds.
Yeah. Right then.
So,
on to the second game of Wednesday. Watford and Chelsea.
yeah, well, again, Watford have done it again, haven't they? I was saying about the amount of goals in these Ranieri games.
I know.
I can't get my head around it. It's like at Leicester all the time. It was 1-0, 1-0 and all that. It's like proper Italian tactic.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that was another former club for him to go to on Wednesday.
He's going to get demolished in this.
Do you reckon it'll be a bad one?
Yeah, I reckon. I've gone with 3-0 Chelsea.
Have you? I've gone for a steady 2-0 Chelsea. I think they'll keep routine again solid at the back. They usually are. But apart from obviously Jorginho letting in Sancho at the weekend, but that's a mistake, isn't it? I suppose, and there was no defence.
Massive mistake. Massive mistake. Fancy trying to bring it down there. Eddie,
I can't just
get rid of it.
I mean, he's obviously gone all gung-go to try and get his centre-halves together, an header in the box, hasn't he, off the corners, and try and... It happened time and again where they were getting caught out because they were just leaving Jorginho back.
Right, when that ball came down like that, and he had a look like that, and he sees Sancho and Rashford running at him, that's like, get rid.
Yeah. Yeah. He's seen pace running at him and he's thinking, I need to get this down as quick as I can, but he's panicked at the moment.
Yeah.
And he just gave up, didn't he? He knew he wasn't going to catch him. So he's sitting there, his hands in the air. And, yeah, man. Ballon d'Or winner that was on about making him. But,
I know. Tell you what, he didn't look very Italian or Brazilian in that moment, did he?
He looked very plain English, I suppose. 1990s English.
He looked Macedonian.
I saw us on the Macedonians.
Yeah, sorry, Alioski.
Yeah, the tip I've gone, because I've gone for 2-0, I've gone for Chelsea to keep a clean sheet. I go to the last two times I've tipped this as coming, so I've had it for Chelsea and for Liverpool at the weekend. I can't see them concede. I mean, Watford have been full of goals, scoring or conceding them, but I can't see them scoring in this one.
No,
they might do, but
I can't. Chelsea have got best defence in league.
Yeah.
I was really surprised United got the first goal as well. Never mind a goal, full stop. But yeah, I just can't see Watford scoring in this game.
If they're going to score, it's going to come down to a mistake like that again, where they're messing about. Because I mean, the keeper made a mistake, obviously, where he gave it to Fred at the weekend as well. Couldn't concede another one. So usually,
it's Fred. It's Fred, not Fred. So,
never mind.
We'll go on to West Ham United and Brighton.
Yeah, Brighton lost a bit of form. I think it was a bit harsh of them to boo the team off against Leeds at the weekend.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Because, they could have won that game as well. They had a fair few chances.
Morpé had an absolute glorious chance.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And there's a few. I mean, I was just going to mention about Aubameyang as well. He messed up my bet at the weekend, didn't he? With his sitter. Because I had... What did they have? I had Aubameyang to score and Arsenal to win. If they'd put that in, it'd be a nice, easy win.
Yeah, I did think of that at the time. I thought, God blimey. That's a bad miss, that. But then again, as I say, the couple of them had done in that game. It could have said that Solly March missed a sitter as well, didn't he?
Yeah, there was a fair few chances. I think they would work 2 or 3 times, didn't they? I'm trying to think of a few moments in the game. I think Sanchez had to make himself bigger a couple of times. Mellier's a good goalkeeper, wasn't he? You know,
Brilliant.
he's a good goalie for his age. Got a bit of stick
Good.
for some reason, but like earlier, like late last season. But I think he's only about 20. You know, to be playing at that level
And being so reassuring. He's just like he just looks so calm back there. He pulls
yeah,
off some saves in a match. I know that much.
yeah, he'll be a top goal. Well, he's a top goal now, but I think you're looking at that kid becoming world class when he's older.
Yeah, I wonder whether he'll stay there longer than this season.
It's a longer career for goalkeepers in there. I don't think there's as much rush to push me. If they get relegated, they'll be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we probably need to get back to Brighton.
So what are you saying then?
I've gone for West Ham to win 1-0. Lost the last couple of games, West Ham, obviously against two amazing teams in Wolves and Man City. So, yeah, I think back to winning ways for them here, but they'll make hard work of it. I think Brighton will be very tough to break down for them. Brighton might get a few chances themselves. I'd imagine they will. Trossard's an handful as well, isn't he? So.
Well, my prediction shows them giving more of an account of themselves than yours does. So I'm going with West Ham to win 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
It could very well happen. They're capable of scoring goals, Brighton, but I think it's just dried up a little bit for them at the moment. If they can nick an early goal there, then you might see the confidence come flowing back.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your in-game tip for this then?
He did it at the weekend. He's back to his usual self, Basuma to be booked.
Basuma to be booked.
I mean, if you're looking on the West Ham side, then probably looking maybe a Souček or a Royce yellow if you want to keep an eye on that. If I was to say a goal scorer, I think maybe Ben Rama.
It's not a bad shout. See Lanzini's goal.
Yeah, he took it really well. Yeah,
Brilliant, that wasn't it?
Again, almost another spot the ball incident in that snow, but
oh yeah, not
you could see, you could see that one dipping.
Brilliant goal. Excellent stuff. Right, on to your boys, Wolves and Burnley.
But we seem to be. I said a few shows ago, but we seem to be an away team. But this was obviously under Nuno, where I was saying I was more comfortable with watching Wolves away than I was at home. So that seems to have changed round now. I think a lot of the results and the confidence seems to come from the performances at Molineux.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought we were very poor against Norwich. We had a few glimpses of nice. We played some nice, pretty football. We didn't do nothing with it though. Burnley have been a bogey team for us recently. I don't think we beat them in the last 5 games.
I think that's going to change here, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping so. I mean, some people might say Burnley get the rest from having the abandoned game, but hopefully we've just keep our rhythm a little bit for, playing so many games in little time.
Mm-hmm.
Might just give us a bit of momentum. When I was growing up, we always used to train Burnley. It didn't matter what team they had or what team we had. We used to win about 3-0.
Yeah.
And in recent years, it's got really tough. But I'm hoping we get back to the winning ways this time. I've gone for us to win 2-0 because of our home form being pretty good. Since losing our first 2 home games of the season, we've been pretty bang on, to be honest with you, at home.
I've gone with Wolves to win 2-0.
Another correct score. It's not going to be a correct score. Of a joint score. Hopefully it's a correct score.
Might be.
Yeah, it'd be. Oh, and I'd best point out there's no Ruben Neves for Wolves. He's suspended. I did tip Matinho. I did say that Matinho and Neves swap over the yellows, but Ruben Neves carried on and got another one at the weekend. So Burnley are without Tarkowski and Ashley Westwood. I think especially Tarkowski is a big miss for them.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. And Westwood has pretty much cemented himself in that team over recent months, maybe over since last season. So
That's
He could be a big miss as well.
where they've gone wrong.
He ain't that bad, mate. He ain't that.
Oh, only joking. He were at Villa for ages, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he's an okay player. You know, I think he's at his level. I think he'd be a great championship player, but like, he's okay at this level. He's not too much.
What's that other fella called from Villa who plays at right back for him?
Matt Lowton.
Oh, Matt Lawton. That's it. Yeah.
Keep an eye out for him to get booked. That's not my tip. I've gone for Jimenez to be the first scorer in this game because he's got a decent record against Burnley. I think he scored 3 or 4 times.
Especially without Tarkowski there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, need to get that done. I think they'll be having. I'd imagine they're going to play the young kid from Stoke, Nathan Collins. So I think he was the only signing they made in the summer. Oh, and Cornet, obviously Maxwell Cornet. He'll be
He scored an absolute pinger, didn't he?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on him. I think he's got 5 goals in 7 Premier League games. So that's some going for a winger.
Left
Yeah, I think they've advanced him a bit this season. I'm nice to Charlie.
That way. They've probably seen him in training and gone, this left back can play better than all of our team.
It's like Charlie Taylor's been playing left back, so I'd imagine he'd be on the left wing corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to keep an eye on him. He's looking a good talent, and because he's at Burnley, and whether they go down, there'll be other teams in the Premier League thinking fancy him. I could say if Burnley do go down, you do get a lot of this where they will move to the Premier League team.
Yeah, I reckon he'll definitely be off somewhere else. 100%. So what are you saying? What are your in-game tips again, did you say?
I went for Jimenez first scorer. That's my main tip for this one, but I'd say keep an eye on Matt Lowton and Charlie Taylor.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Brilliant. Right, off to the other side of Birmingham. And we're going for Aston Villa and Manchester City. See whether Gerrard's got some bollocks.
Yeah, well, this will really show what he's about now, won't it? That's it. It's a free hit for Villa, isn't it? Whether they lose it, if they do lose it, they just got to give a good account of themselves, really, and show up for the fight.
City will play Grealish?
Don't know. He seems to have just disappeared.
You were injured, wasn't he? But I don't know whether he's out still. I presume he might be back, unless he's had a fairly bad one. But
if he's back, then I'd imagine you might see him at some point because obviously the two games within the week play. There's going to be a bit of rotating in some teams, I'd imagine, especially teams like City who can afford to do it. So there's a good chance you could see him at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting City to win the game, but I think Villa will give them a real good go. Might even nick an early goal, Villa. I've got a funny feeling they might nick an early goal, but City will show their strength and come back to win. I've gone 2-1 City.
I've gone 3-1 City. I think Villa will score.
It just depends. Yeah, I do have a funny feeling they'll come all guns blazing at first and maybe unsettle City a bit, but I think
just wear themselves out a bit.
Yeah, and City, they don't panic when they go a goal then, do they? They seem to work their way back into it. So it's rare you see them go a goal then, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I think they're going to be way too strong. This City team's getting better and better by the week as well.
I mean, you just don't know who's going to start in the centre mid, but whenever you do see that midfield, then it's just full of class, isn't it?
It is. It's like De Bruyne has not been playing, and then just like Gundogan's flying, and it's like
it's mad. I mean, I thought I was surprised to see Fernandinho. I thought he'd left last season. I don't know what I thought.
Couldn't believe it myself, and I tell you what, he took that goal really well.
Yeah, it's a great strike, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your
just come out of nowhere?
Yeah, absolutely. What's your in-game tips for this then, Leroy?
I've gone for over 2.5 goals on this one.
Safe, isn't it?
If Villa don't score, hopefully City score for it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be plenty in that. So anyway,
This should be.
we're off to the Merseyside derby. Last game of Wednesday, Everton and Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll be a bit because I'll be potentially at Molineux, and if I'm not at Molineux, I'll watch it on Amazon Prime. I'll be a bit gutted to miss this game really, because it'll be interesting to see how the atmosphere goes down with Benitez. I mean, I think if more. Have you ever seen an opposition manager probably get cheered more by the opposition in the derby than what the home fans will be giving him?
Yeah, I know. I did think that, but then again, I don't know whether it's tarnished him a little bit. The fact that by Liverpool fans, the fact that he has gone to Everton.
I don't think it has. I think a lot of, from what I've heard, I think it's a long time ago with him being there, and I think they knew how much about loved the area, living in there, and I think they was happy for him to, because he was, he won the Champions League and things like that, but I don't think it's anything to threaten Liverpool as well. So
yeah,
it's almost like how you'd see Man United and Man City back in the day, I suppose, when you used to see players playing for both teams, like you had your Andy Cole's playing for both, Schmeichel's playing for both.
Dennis Law.
Yeah, was you ever bothered by Schmeichel or Cole playing for City?
Yeah,
You was.
yeah.
I suppose it was hard to see him in that shirt, but I think when you're going years down the line and they're at the peak, well, way past their peak.
Not as bad as Carlos Tevez. What made it worse is I had his shirt. I had a United shirt with Tevez on the back, and I got it for about 2 months, and then he went and signed for City, and I was like,
it might happen with Ronaldo in January, the way they keep going on the bed.
"You ain't gonna go there."
Don't go Ronaldo printed shirt.
No, long gone are them days.
But Everton have got to get really into this one. They are really struggling, aren't they? I think they've got another tough run of fixtures after this.
Yeah, they have. They're in free fall a bit at the minute.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all for them. They're missing. They sort of remind me of Wolves last season. They lost the star striker, and they've been mostly this season without the one who probably makes them tick at times. So you're going, I'm referring to Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison.
Mm-hmm.
So where Wolves last season lost Jimenez and Neto. They seem like they're in a similar situation. They're just devoid of ideas without them.
Yeah, it was their game plan, to be honest, wasn't it? You've signed Damari Gray and Andros Townsend to get the ball in the box for Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't get it in the box to Rondon because he's crap. He's not the same player now, is he?
No, he is an handful. You can never leave him free in the box because he probably will just nod it in, won't he? He's never been an amazing goal scorer, but
no.
I've seen a lot of rush crosses from Everton against Brentford as well. There's no quality to the crosses. They're just low and at the first man. And then they need to improve on stuff like that. Rondon ain't never going to score if you're getting crosses like that going in the box. So.
Tell you what, they could go into free fall a bit, Everton, really. I know they had a great start, but they've had a shocking run since 7 games or something, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely between 5 and 7, definitely. I don't know what the actual number would be, but...
Yeah, I think it is 7 now.
I think it could be that type of season for them, where you probably get that one team where you expect to do so much better, and they could probably still be not mathematically safe until about 6-7 games to go. I think they'll all stay up. I think they've got too much quality.
Well, you'd like to.
I don't think they'll get dragged into that relegation battle. They may get sucked into a bit where it might worry them, but they ain't going to lose every single game. So.
I just wonder whether the likes of Newcastle and Norwich getting, obviously, new personnel in. Norwich look good. They look miles better than what they were doing. Miles.
Yeah, they should have won weekend.
Yeah, miles better. And he's obviously has made a good effect there, Dean Smith. Eddie Howe, you can't rule out the fact that they're going to go all guns blazing in January and try and sign a lot of players. So, as well. So I've still got a feeling Newcastle and Norwich could survive it. But that means then Burnley are going to be down there. Then it means you're looking at potentially Watford being down there. And then you could also be looking at, say, at the minute, Leeds being down there.
Brentford have got a good results at the weekend, but
I'd like to say Leeds would stay up, but I don't know. Brentford, don't know, slightly reserved. I think they'll stay up. I think they got a bit too much to stay up. They play some good football at times. And then, Southampton maybe could get pulled into the mire. I'm not sure. But I think Watford could. I really think Watford are going to be struggling. I can't see them keeping it up.
yeah, I did mention Watford when they obviously sacked Cisco. It was a steady start to the season. Then Ranieri's, he's a good. Well, he's pulled off the best Premier League win ever, hasn't he? Really, but it was a one-season fluke, I suppose.
It's definitely a fluke. Just shows what momentum can do for you.
Yeah, it was a momentum season, wasn't it? And they just took advantage of it. Other teams being poor that year as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I just don't think he's had the same effect on teams since he ever left Leicester. And to be honest, it really wouldn't surprise me to see him ending the season with a different manager Watford as well. So they probably will be down there.
Well, if they're down there at some part of this season, they're not gonna keep him around, are they? So
No.
what they do. Love paying managers out of contracts by the looks of it.
I know, they want to save some of them and spend them on players, I suppose, don't they?
Unless they put them on like 6-month contracts and says, we're probably going to sack you. So,
in the interview, you're probably going to get sacked, mate.
just to let you know.
Next day at training, you're sacked.
You're sacked. I knew it was going to be soon, but I didn't realise it'd be next day. So anyway, what's your in-game tip for Everton, Liverpool?
With it being at Merseyside derby, I've gone for over 45 booking points. I think Everton will pick the majority of them up. I think they'll want to show the fans that they care and they want to try and win the game. So I think they'll get a bit clumsy at times with a few tackles. And a couple of Liverpool players might get a bit feisty at times. So 10 points. Yeah, 10 points for a booking, 25 for a red. Red card to accelerate the chances of winning that, definitely.
Ideal.
It used to be common. I mean, it's been a bit tepid recently. I think the derbies, you don't see as many bookings in these games now. But when I was growing up, it was a guaranteed red card in them.
Do you know, but it's because it's turned into like funny sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like gone are the days where you could get really crunching challenges, which everyone used to go, yeah. But
I always remember watching. I think it was a 0-0 game, but it was really entertaining. It was Everton Liverpool. I was on holiday, and I'm sure it was Francis Jefferson, Sander Westerveld getting into a bit of handbags of each other, but it was great. To see Francis Jefferson, Westerveld.
Yeah, Jeff was like tiny when he.
Westerveld are about 6'5".
Forgot about
Yeah. That's what we need in this game. We need it to be feisty. Maybe because it's been quiet in terms of bookings and that recently, you might get a bit more of a tastier game this time around, especially with Everton having to prove themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
And Liverpool want to keep up the top as well, so pressure's on them a bit as well.
Right then, let's go on to these 2 fixtures on Thursday. Thursday the 2nd, starting with Tottenham and Brentford. It'll be a good game.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it should be. I couldn't tell you how this game's going to be with Tottenham. Obviously, I wanted to see a response in the Burnley game, obviously, to see how badly that defeat had affected them against Mura. But but we didn't get that. So the only thing I could say for this one, it might be a carbon copy of the Leeds game where Brentford might nick the lead, and then Spurs might just have to work their way back into it. So I've gone 2-1 Spurs on this one.
I've gone 2-1 Spurs too.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing you can say. Look, without seeing them play, to see their reaction, because if they'd lost at Burnley, they'd probably gone for a Brentford win again.
Yeah.
But I don't think Conte would allow that as well, and I don't think he'll allow it here. But Brentford probably shocked them a little bit at first. They'll be a bit more confident after beating Everton.
I fancy the likes of Tony against Eric Dyer and Flaming Sanchez, though. You know.
Yeah, he'll rough them up definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think he enjoys it, doesn't he? So.
Oh yeah, that's his game, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he enjoys playing on the back of the defenders, or backing into the defenders, shall I say.
Mm-hmm.
And Mbeumo is usually that pacey one who can just nip him deep behind as well. So we'll see.
I like watching them, mate. I must admit, I do like watching Brentford. I enjoyed watching Leeds, I suppose, last year.
Yeah. I said they did a number on Wolves when they come down. I was fairly impressed with the way they managed the game. I think the big thing for them this season, which has got them where they are, is game management.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something that in the future, if Brentford would suffer a second season syndrome or wherever Frank was to leave, where you might see him at a bigger club in the Premier League.
Maybe
Spurs when they're second.
Yeah, when he's left. Right, that's it. I've taken you as far as I can take you now.
I'm surprised you didn't say that after the Thursday game.
Yeah, against Mura.
I'm going to Man U now. I've waited for this one. Now, Conte's a winner, isn't he? And I think even if they're not going to look convincing, then he's going to have to try and get these players to get results against teams like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've gone 2-1. And the tip for that one's both score, no draw.
Both score, no draw. I knew it coming sooner or later.
It had to make an appearance. You'll hate my next tip.
Oh, I probably will hate your next tip. If I heard your other one the other day.
It's one that I hate, and you'll probably know what it is once I get in. The one I hate the most.
Concluding the midweek fixtures on Thursday is Man United and Arsenal, the Gooners.
I think this could be an entertaining game, but I think it's going to be an entertaining 0-0. I don't know what. I think Arsenal have sort of shored up a little bit, haven't they, with their defenders and that. But I think Man U will be keen to impress Ranić with how they can defend. Well, how they'll have to defend and work as a unit. So I think you'll get a lot of chances in this game, but I just maybe struggling to see someone convert him. So I suppose it depends who Man U play up top as well.
I'm saying we're going to lose 5-0 every week from now on with you.
You'd be in the bottom three if it was down to my prediction.
Thanks to me, that's why they're where they are. Well, I trust in them. I trust in Ralph. And I think we're going to win 2-0.
There's every chance, mate. There's every chance.
And you know why I think we look even better?
What was that?
Minus Harry Maguire.
Some people have said that.
Massively. Yeah. Massively. He just causes so much. Oh, when he gets the ball, you're a bit like... And when he passes the ball, he's too slow. He doesn't travel fast enough. And, oh, man, there's just so many things I can say about Maguire. I just don't rate him. And I think he's definitely the most overhyped defender of the last 5 years at least.
Yeah, I mean, he's had his good spells, hasn't he, where he's looked fairly solid, but I don't know whether he's...
Palmer.
He's maybe got complacent for himself. I don't know. Maybe he thought, I had a good season last season. I'll and a good World Cup. Well, no, sorry, Euros.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably thought, I am actually this good, and now it's come back to bite him on the backside. So I don't know. It's strange. Someone asked on Talksport earlier if you was to strip Maguire of the captaincy, who would you give it to? I mean, probably the one the one you'd probably say is probably Ronaldo in terms of a leader on the pitch. But would he be that proper type of leader, do you think, for United? Or
Yeah, he'd be a good leader, wouldn't he? It's got to be.
I mean, maybe Fernandes. Has there been one thrown in there as well?
Usually it's Fernandes. When Maguire's not playing, it's been Bruno Fernandes, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be one of them two. It's definitely one of the Portuguese guys.
Yeah. Would Ronaldo listen to Fernandes or would he listen to anyone there?
He'd have to.
He would obviously listen, but I think Ronaldo would see himself as an aim man, in my opinion. But...
Yeah.
I think it'll be an entertaining game, this one. But
entertaining 0-0. Thanks, Leroy. Yeah. Next time I ask you for a result.
You should. You should be thankful for my predictions.
I'm not thankful for nothing with you. You 3.
Well, you usually get the results.
So go on then. Tell. What did you say your in-game tips were for this then?
Under 2.5 goals.
Oh.
So that's another reason for you to be more optimistic, because every time I go for that, it's over in 20 minutes. It's usually the fastest scoring game of the week when I have that bet.
Oh man, I'm so not looking forward to it now. I don't look forward to it much anymore anyway, the way it's been going. But since I've been predicting United scores, I never do it in my own tips, my own bets or anything. I never bet on my own team, ever.
That's why, I'll never bet on Wolves to win a game, but I always look at the opposition and pick on the player to get booked, and I'll have a couple of our defenders score a goal, a few quid.
Well, I had United to beat Watford. They got battered. I had United to draw a load, and we got battered. So I'm going with United to win, and we might still get battered.
This will be the best team in the Championship then, this will, Man United.
Seems that way at minute. We'll be all right. We'll still be up there. Trusting Ralph.
Yeah. I suppose they'll definitely want to impress, but I think Arsenal try and soak up the pressure and possibly hold on for the point. We'll see. It's all midweek. It could completely go. But after a good, consistent few weeks of getting the results, could completely wrong this week in midweek.
United have to win.
Well, they'll want to win this game, definitely. I don't know if it's a must-win yet. I don't think it's a must-win yet for me.
It is. It is. When you're 10 points adrift of third, it's a must-win.
Yeah, well, I think you look at December. You got a favourable run of fixtures where you could win.
Come on, you're not seeing Chelsea, Liverpool, and City dropping 10 points by then and then.
No, but you might have that advantage over the team challenging for fourth. But because that's where you've got to be looking at. It's a 3-horse race anyway. I don't think there's any other team in that race.
You've also got to have them in your side. So you've got to keep them within like a six point buffer, haven't you? Especially third.
It's sometimes a bit more. If you're keeping clear of, say, if you was fourth and keeping clear of a team in fifth, it's sometimes a bit more less pressure on you to try and break up those points. So if they could, the main thing they got to look at is win all the games in December and then try and get a cushion over fifth.
Mm-hmm. United are always good from Christmas anyway. It's always up to Christmas to be shit anyway. So let's hope Ralph can do some magic there.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be the team that get fourth for me. Man U, over the course of it, I think he'll set his ways in there, and he sort of like Conte probably won't take too lightly if they get defeated, and they'll probably bounce back. So It'll be an interesting one.
They will be an interesting one, mate. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see if we can get 3 German managers in that top 4.
It's mad, isn't it? I mean, like, what year did we go up to without any German ever managing the Premier League? And now we've got all the top ones over it. I think Felix Magath was the first of Fulham, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
Ever since then, they've all come flying in, haven't they?
We've had that guy who was at Huddersfield came in as well.
Agnew, yeah.
And then you've got Hassan Hüttl.
Austrian.
Oh, is he Austrian? Is he?
He's Austrian, yeah.
Is he?
He's German based. You know, he's played a lot of football in Germany, but he's Austrian, yeah. Fark, another one.
Swear at me.
I should have said that before, correctly, John. That's like, Fark.
Fark.
I'm sure there's been a couple of others here, there and everywhere, but I just can't think off the top of my head now. Obviously, you've had the main ones come in, like Klopp, Tuchel, and I can't think of anyone else. But yeah, I mean, like, considering you've gone from 0 for the whole entirety of the Premier League to the last, 10 years to have that amount of German managers, then yeah, we're going to see a lot more in the future as well. You'll probably see a Nagelsmann in there.
Nagelsmann will be there. That's right. I tell you what, what a league that'll be. You're going to be like, I wonder where he takes off, because you got Conte in at Tottenham. I'm just waiting for Arsenal to switch, maybe Nagelsmann to Arsenal, and then you're looking at some magic, aren't you? Then
I can't see him leaving unless he's sacked by Bayern Munich. I can't, because I think they've got a big long-term plan for him. Haven't they? He's only young, isn't he? I think he's only about 34, isn't he? Something like that.
He's tearing it up already.
Yeah, so he'll probably wait for all the good ones to leave out of here, then he'll come and take it.
Yeah.
I think when Guardiola's done with City, I think you'll probably see that in the next couple of years, maybe even Klopp as well. Seems like they're hinting at having a bit of a break, and they'll probably turn up in. It wouldn't surprise me to see Klopp replace Nagelsmann when it comes down to that, maybe. I
think Gerrard's definitely going to replace Klopp, though.
Oh yeah. But I think Klopp going maybe to Bayern or Real Madrid, something like that, depending on what the financial situation of these teams are in the future.
I think he'll be a national team manager, me.
Who, Klopp?
Yeah.
He could. I mean, like Hansi Flick started off really well with Germany, and see if they keep him as long as what they did with Joachim Löw, then you might see Hansi Flick there for a while. But I think Klopp enjoys the day-to-day management. I can see him. His next club probably be Bayern or Real Madrid. And I think Pep, you'd say return to Barca at some point, but it depends how Xavi does, doesn't it? Because if he does well, then they'll have no need to.
I think
he might be one who I'd say in charge of the national team is Pep for Spain.
Yeah, maybe. I think Xavi will be around there for a while, though. Barcelona.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, they should give him a bit of leeway. They shouldn't give him the Lampard treatment, should they? Sack him after 18 months. Pep for England, maybe. Pep for England.
Be worse.
I know, yeah. Well, also, yeah, I don't know if he actually enjoys being in this country half the time. You just look at him as you feel like he's sometimes in love with City and sometimes you're out of love with him, isn't he? So
yeah. You're a flickery screen, man.
I know, we need to get off.
Well, that's everything for this round of fixtures. Obviously, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week, we'll be doing another show again, ready for the show for the weekend fixtures. So we'll see you in a few days. But thanks for tuning in, and please like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything. Use your code, which Leah told you about at the beginning. And we shall see you again in a few days. And good luck with your tips.
Good luck.
Take care, guys. See you soon.
Take care. See ya.